This watch combines the best of both worlds in terms of accuracy and great finishing. It retails for $344, but the good folks over at DeMarco are offering you guys this watch for $300. Discount code is in the description. Let me get this out of the way. This watch is powered by the Seiko Mega Quartz BK64 movement. The BK64 combines the accuracy of a standard quartz movement with the smooth, sweeping seconds hand typically found in mechanical chronographs, providing a more aesthetically pleasing chronograph experience while still being very accurate and affordable. It features a 24-hour indicator on the dial, a minute counter, and a date window at the 6 o'clock position. One of my favorite things about this caliber is how the pushers mimic a mechanical movement in terms of feel and sound. At first glance, this chronograph looks relatively simple, but once you start looking at the little details, you understand that a watch enthusiast designed this watch. His name is Mike DeMarco, and the design choices very much pay homage to icons from the likes of Breitling and Omega. Let's get the specs out of the way. The entire watch and bracelet are constructed of 316L stainless steel. The case measures in at 41mm, and it's 49mm from lug to lug. The thickness does come in at 13mm, and in between the lugs is 20mm. The entire watch with the incised bracelet weighs in at 154 grams, and the water resistance is 100 meters. Helping that water resistance is a 7mm signed screw down crown that's been well engineered and machined. Interacting with it is easy, no complaints there. The case finishing has been done really good and better than other watches I've reviewed in this price range. There's some mixture of brushing and polishing. I like the look of the case. Those legs taper down really nice and the bevels are sharp and reflect the light beautifully. I'm also a fan of the chrono pushers. I'm glad the company didn't go with screw down pushers. There's an elegance and functionality element to these style of pushers. One thing that's well constructed but I'm not a fan of is the scalloped 120 click unidirectional bezel. There's nothing wrong with the bezel, it works fine, and I even like the little triangle at the 12 o'clock. It's simply that I don't like the scallop look. That's the same reason why I haven't pulled the trigger on an Omega Seamaster 300. Furthermore, I don't like the look of steel bezels. As a side note, I'm also not a huge fan of older Rolex Daytonas that feature the same style bezel finishing. I would have loved to see a bezel with a lume ceramic insert in a non-scallop shape. This watch does feature a really nice box AR sapphire crystal, and through it you can admire one of my favorite features about this watch, the dial. The company offers different colored dials, but this panda version is a hit for me. The dial has some texturing, and I'm a fan of the shape of the 6 o'clock date aperture. Around the dial you can find the 60-minute track, and everything has been perfectly printed. At the 12 o'clock we find the company logo that kind of reminds me of the Lamborghini logo, and at the 6 o'clock the words chronograph and the water resistance rating. There's two black sub-registers. The one on the left is a minute counter and the one on the right is a 24-hour indicator. I think the company did a great job with this design. It really does feel balanced. This watch has great low light visibility thanks to the BGW9 Swiss Superluminova that's been applied on the hands, indices, and lume pip. However, the hands and lume pip are visibly brighter than the indices. Also, the lume on the indices fades a lot quicker. On the back of the watch, there's a screw down case back with the company logo and some information about the watch. The stainless steel bracelet features solid links and solid end links. It tapers from 20mm at the lugs to 18mm at the male clasp. Three features that I'm a fan of are the quick release system, the screws to size the bracelet, and the toolless micro adjust position located at the bottom of the clasp that allows you to expand the bracelet by 1.5 links. The bracelet has a mixture of brushing and polishing. When the light reflects on it, it very much looks a lot more premium than the asking price. Another cool feature about this watch is that you get two additional straps. It comes with a leather strap and an FKM rubber strap. On my 6 7/8 inch wrist, the watch wears really good. I mean, the company could have made the watch a little less thick and perhaps a little lighter, but it feels like a true tool watch. The watch on the leather strap does wear a lot more elegant, but the quality of the strap is not the greatest. The watch on the rubber strap looks very sporty and the strap is very comfortable. Kudos to the company for offering additional straps with the watch. As a watch collector, it's always cool to get extras with a watch, isn't it? So what are my overall thoughts on the watch? Honestly, it's very well constructed for the price. I know this watch won't appeal to everybody because, well, it's a quartz piece. However, don't let that keep you away from checking out this watch. Sure, there's room for improvement, but for me, it's mostly from an aesthetic perspective because the finishing is definitely there and I really do respect the Seiko BK64 caliber. However, on my wish list, I would love to see an iteration of this watch with a manual wind Seagull ST19 caliber, but that for sure would increase the price of this watch. I'll be curious to find out what your thoughts are on this piece. Will you be picking one up? If so, what color dial are you leaning towards? Until next time, be safe out there and stay humble.